For many seniors, the airport experience becomes much harder than expected. What seems like a simple journey, checking in, walking to the gate, boarding a flight, can quickly turn into something stressful, exhausting, and overwhelming. My name is Adam, and on this channel we share practical travel insights to help make your airport experience easier and more comfortable. Welcome to Sky Route Secrets. Long distances, crowded spaces, confusing signs. Things that might not feel like a big deal to others can become real challenges. But what makes it surprising is this: most of these struggles could have been avoided. There are small things, simple things, that many seniors only discover after going through difficult or frustrating trips. And by the time they realize them, it's already too late. In this video, we're going to look at things seniors should never wear to the airport, because the wrong outfit can make everything harder than it needs to be. So if you or someone you know is planning to travel, these are the things you'll want to avoid before stepping into the airport. Because once you understand them, the entire experience becomes much easier. Tight or restrictive clothing. One of the most common mistakes seniors make when traveling through airports is wearing clothing that feels fine at home but becomes uncomfortable during a long travel day. Tight or restrictive clothing might look neat and put together, but it can quickly turn into a source of discomfort once you're moving through security lines, walking long distances, or sitting for extended periods. Airports require more movement than many people expect. From walking through terminals to standing in lines and sitting at gates, your body is constantly shifting between different positions. Tight clothing can restrict circulation, limit mobility, and make it harder to stay comfortable throughout the journey. For seniors, this becomes even more important. Circulation can already be a concern, especially during long periods of sitting, such as during a flight. Wearing tight clothing around the waist, legs, or chest can increase discomfort and may even contribute to stiffness or swelling over time. Another issue is flexibility. Airports are not predictable environments. You may need to move quickly, reach for items, lift bags, or adjust your position frequently. Restrictive clothing can make all of these simple actions feel more difficult than they should. What many seniors don't realize is that comfort directly affects energy levels. When your body feels restricted, you tire more quickly. This can make the entire travel experience feel more exhausting, even if everything else goes smoothly. Loose, breathable clothing allows for better movement and helps your body stay relaxed. It also adapts better to changes in temperature, which is important since airports and airplanes can vary between warm and cold environments. Many travelers only realize this after experiencing a long day of discomfort. What seemed like a small choice, what to wear, ends up affecting the entire journey. Choosing comfort over appearance doesn't mean sacrificing style. It simply means selecting clothing that works with your body instead of against it. And for seniors, that small decision can make a noticeable difference in how easy and enjoyable travel feels from start to finish. Shoes that are hard to remove. Another common mistake that many seniors only fully understand after going through airport security is wearing shoes that are difficult to remove. At airport checkpoints, passengers are often required to take off their shoes. While this might seem like a simple step, it can quickly become frustrating if your footwear is not easy to slip on and off. Shoes with laces, tight fits, or complicated designs can slow you down and make the process more stressful. Security lines are often busy, and there's usually a sense of pressure to move quickly. Struggling with your shoes in that moment can create unnecessary tension. For seniors, this can be even more challenging. Bending down repeatedly, balancing while removing shoes, and putting them back on in a crowded area can require more effort and coordination than expected. Another factor is comfort after removal. Some shoes are difficult to put back on once they've been taken off, especially if your feet have expanded slightly from walking or standing. This can turn a simple task into a frustrating experience. Slip-on shoes or footwear with simple closures can make a big difference. They allow you to move through security more smoothly and reduce the amount of time spent dealing with your shoes. It's also important to consider stability. While easy-to-remove shoes are helpful, they should still provide good support and grip. Airports involve a lot of walking, and proper footwear helps reduce fatigue and maintain balance. Many seniors only realize how important this is after experiencing delays or discomfort at security checkpoints. What seems like a small detail, your choice of shoes, can significantly affect how smoothly your journey begins. Choosing the right footwear isn't just about convenience. It's about reducing stress, saving time, and making the entire airport experience feel more manageable. And once you've experienced the difference, it becomes one of those travel habits you never overlook again. Heavy layers or bulky outfits. One of the things many seniors don't realize until after a long travel day is how much heavy or bulky clothing can affect their comfort and mobility in an airport. At first, layering up might seem like a smart idea. Airports can be cold, airplanes can be chilly, and it feels safer to be prepared. But wearing too many heavy layers or bulky outfits can quickly become a burden once you're moving through the airport. Airports require more physical effort than most people expect. You're walking long distances, navigating crowded spaces, standing in lines, and sometimes moving quickly to reach your gate. When you're wearing thick jackets, heavy sweaters, or multiple layers, all of that movement becomes more tiring. Bulky clothing can also make it harder to move freely. Turning, bending, reaching for items, or even just walking comfortably can feel more restricted. Over time, this adds to fatigue and makes the entire experience feel more exhausting than it needs to be. Another issue comes during security checks. Jackets, coats, and extra layers often need to be removed and placed in trays. Managing multiple pieces of clothing while also keeping track of your belongings can become overwhelming, especially in a busy environment where everything is moving quickly. Temperature changes are another factor that many travelers underestimate. Airports, security areas, boarding gates, and airplanes can all have different temperatures. Wearing heavy clothing might feel comfortable at one moment and then become too warm and uncomfortable the next. For seniors, this constant adjustment can be frustrating. Removing layers, carrying them, and putting them back on again requires extra effort and coordination. A better approach is to wear light, flexible layers that are easy to adjust. Instead of one heavy jacket, lighter clothing that can be added or removed easily allows you to adapt to different environments without feeling weighed down. Many seniors only realize this after experiencing a long day of travel where they feel overheated, restricted, or simply tired from carrying extra clothing. What seemed like a practical choice at home turns into something that adds unnecessary difficulty during the journey. Comfort at the airport isn't just about staying warm, it's about staying adaptable. Choosing clothing that allows you to move freely and adjust easily can make a noticeable difference in how your travel day feels. And once you experience that difference, it becomes clear that lighter, simpler outfits often work much better than heavy, bulky ones. Complicated belts and accessories. Another detail that many seniors overlook until they experience it firsthand is how much complicated belts and accessories can slow things down at the airport. Belts, jewelry, watches, and other accessories might feel like small additions to an outfit, but during airport security, they can quickly become a source of inconvenience. Security checkpoints require passengers to remove certain items before passing through scanners. This often includes belts, large accessories, and sometimes even shoes or jackets. While this process is routine, it can become stressful if you're wearing multiple items that need to be taken off and managed at the same time. For seniors, this can be especially challenging. Removing belts, taking off accessories, placing them in trays, and then putting everything back on afterward requires time, coordination, and attention. In a busy security line, where people are moving quickly, this can feel overwhelming. Another issue is keeping track of these items. Small accessories can easily be misplaced in trays or forgotten in the rush to move through the checkpoint. This adds another layer of stress to an already busy environment. Belts, in particular, can be inconvenient. Some are difficult to remove quickly, especially if they have complex buckles or tight fittings. After passing through security, putting them back on while managing luggage and other belongings can feel like an unnecessary hassle. The same goes for jewelry and other accessories. While they may enhance your appearance, they often don't add anything to your comfort during travel. Instead, they create extra steps in a process that is already demanding. Many seniors only realize how much easier travel can be when they simplify what they wear. Choosing outfits that don't require additional adjustments at security can make the entire process smoother and less stressful. Opting for minimal accessories and avoiding complicated belts allows you to move through checkpoints more efficiently. It reduces the number of things you need to manage and helps you stay focused on the bigger picture, getting through the airport comfortably. This is one of those lessons that becomes clear after experience. What seems like a small detail can have a noticeable impact on how easy or difficult the airport process feels. And once you understand that, simplifying your outfit becomes an easy and effective way to make travel smoother. Slippery or unsafe footwear. One of the most overlooked but important choices seniors make when traveling is the type of footwear they wear to the airport. While comfort is often the main focus, safety is just as important. And unfortunately, it's something many people only think about after experiencing a problem. Airports are busy environments with constant movement. Floors can vary from smooth tiles to polished surfaces, and in some areas, they may even become slippery due to cleaning or weather conditions. Wearing footwear that lacks proper grip can increase the risk of slipping, especially in crowded or fast-paced areas. For seniors, this risk becomes more significant. Balance and stability can already be a concern, and wearing shoes that don't provide proper support or traction can make walking feel less secure. What might seem like a simple step can suddenly feel uncertain, especially when navigating through crowded terminals or moving quickly between gates. Another issue is fatigue. Shoes that don't provide enough support can make long walks through the airport more tiring. Without proper cushioning and structure, each step requires more effort, which can lead to discomfort over time. Some types of footwear, such as smooth-soled shoes, loose sandals, or worn-out sneakers, may not provide the level of stability needed for a busy travel environment. Even shoes that feel comfortable at home may not perform the same way when used for extended walking on airport floors. What many seniors discover after experience is that the right footwear makes a noticeable difference in how confident and comfortable they feel while moving through the airport. Shoes with good grip, proper support, and a secure fit help reduce the risk of slipping and make walking feel more stable. It's also important to consider how shoes interact with different parts of the journey. Walking through terminals, standing in lines, and boarding aircraft all require consistent footing. Reliable footwear supports each of these movements and helps maintain balance throughout the day. Choosing safe, supportive shoes isn't just about avoiding accidents. It's about creating a smoother, more comfortable travel experience overall. Many seniors only realize this after dealing with discomfort or instability during a trip. But once they make the change, it becomes one of the simplest and most effective ways to improve how travel feels. Clothing without pockets. Another detail that often goes unnoticed until it becomes a problem is wearing clothing without pockets. At first, this might not seem important, but during airport travel, having quick and easy access to essential items can make a big difference in how smoothly everything goes. Throughout the airport process, you frequently need to access things like your boarding pass, identification, phone, or small personal items. Without pockets, you're forced to keep everything in your bag, which means repeatedly opening and closing it, searching for items, and keeping track of where everything is. This can slow you down, especially in situations where time matters, such as at security checkpoints or boarding gates. It can also create unnecessary stress as you try to find what you need quickly while others are waiting. For seniors, this becomes even more important. Managing multiple items while also handling luggage, moving through crowds, and staying aware of surroundings can feel overwhelming. Having pockets provides a simple and effective way to keep essential items within easy reach. Another benefit of pockets is organization. Instead of placing everything in one bag, you can separate important items and access them without digging through your belongings. This reduces the chance of misplacing something or forgetting where you put it. Security checks are another moment where pockets can make a difference. Being able to quickly remove and place items into trays and then retrieve them afterward helps keep the process smooth and efficient. Many seniors only realize how useful pockets are after experiencing the inconvenience of not having them. What seems like a small detail can quickly turn into a repeated frustration throughout the journey. Choosing clothing with practical, secure pockets allows you to move through the airport with greater ease and confidence. It simplifies everyday actions and reduces the effort required to manage your belongings. In a busy environment where every small step adds up, this simple choice can make a noticeable difference in how comfortable and stress-free the experience feels. Uncomfortable fabrics, itchy, stiff, or heavy materials. One of the most underestimated factors in airport comfort is the type of fabric you wear. Many seniors focus on how clothes look or fit, but the material itself plays a huge role in how comfortable you feel throughout your journey. Fabrics that are stiff, heavy, or irritating can quickly turn a long travel day into an uncomfortable experience. At first, they may feel fine when you put them on, but as the day goes on, walking through terminals, sitting for long periods, and adjusting to different temperatures, they can become increasingly uncomfortable. Airports involve constant movement and waiting. You may be sitting at a gate for a while, then walking long distances, then sitting again on a plane. Clothing that doesn't adapt well to these changes can cause discomfort to build over time. For seniors, this becomes even more noticeable. Skin can be more sensitive, and stiff or rough materials may cause irritation more quickly. Fabrics that don't breathe well can also trap heat, leading to discomfort in warmer areas of the airport or during boarding. Another issue is flexibility. Stiff materials don't move easily with your body. Simple actions like bending, reaching, or adjusting your position can feel more restricted, which adds to fatigue over time. Heavy fabrics can also contribute to the feeling of being weighed down, especially during long walks through the airport. Combined with luggage and other belongings, this extra weight can make the journey feel more tiring than necessary. What many seniors realize after experience is that soft, breathable, and flexible fabrics make a significant difference. Materials that allow air to circulate and move easily with your body help maintain comfort throughout the entire trip. It's not just about avoiding discomfort. It's about making the journey feel easier from start to finish. When your clothing feels comfortable, everything else becomes more manageable. This is one of those small details that often goes unnoticed until it becomes a problem. But once you understand it, choosing the right fabrics becomes an easy way to improve your travel experience. Traveling through an airport can feel very different depending on what you wear. For seniors, small choices, like the type of shoes, the weight of clothing, or even having pockets, can make a much bigger difference than expected. What might seem like minor details at home can quickly affect comfort, mobility, and overall ease during a trip. The good news is that most of these challenges are easy to avoid once you're aware of them. By choosing clothing that is comfortable, practical, and easy to manage, you can turn what might feel like a stressful experience into something much smoother and more enjoyable. And in many cases, it's not about making big changes, it's about making smarter ones. If you found this helpful, consider sharing it with someone who might benefit from it. Because sometimes the smallest adjustments can make the biggest difference when it comes to traveling comfortably. Safe travels, and we'll see you in the next video.